Hello and welcome back to ETS2 Survival Trucking. Very exciting news at the end of our last episode is we now own our very own truck. It's a MAN F2000 Evolution Series. It is fantastic. The first thing we need to do, however, with this truck is to find a job. So we go to job market, and instead of quick job, we're going to go to freight market, which is going to help us pick a trailer to go along with our truck. Now, we are going to start from Luxembourg because that's where we are. Now, if we look at these jobs, now this is not too bad. It is a high value cargo, which is exciting. So we get nice money for that. But you can already see the price increases that we're seeing. It's quite nice. The 9 to 12 ton, I would probably still go for this option. However, that one would be alright as well. Frankly, so would that one. But I just think we might as well maximize our price per distance. So we're going to get the best price for distance at 26.53 euros per kilometer. Although this is very similar as well. It just depends on which direction we kind of want to go. Eventually we will end up in the UK. But I think we'll make our way deeper and deeper into Germany, which is very exciting. I would almost like to make UK our next garage to purchase, somewhere in the UK, because then we could add in a right-hand drive truck, which would be exciting. Obviously driving left-hand on the right side and vice versa happens all the time in Europe, I assume. But in this case, yes, we'll head over to Hanover with our pressure tank. This will be a good test for our new truck. Right, fire it up, brake off, and I'm so glad that we have our sat nav as well. Very, very helpful. Because that was one of the stipulations that I really wanted to have. So I figured I would just get lost a lot. Alright. So, yes, we'll make our way to this first spot. And then we can pick up the trailer with all the things in. Oh, you let me go. Thank you. How very kind. Right. Oh, it is 50. Don't want to be speeding. Right. At least we did not have that far to go. Still figuring out the sequential gearing for this guy. There's, I think, a few extra gears than there was in the other trucks I've driven. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it figured out. It's a brand new truck for us. So. And I can see it in the distance. Right, so we'll do our freight market. And that's the one. Oh, another trip to Dover as well. But we're taking this job on. And should have plenty of ability to reverse with the mirrors at this point. Nice and slow. Back it in and attach. And we're all ready. Let's have a quick look at it. Right, only 4 things, but they're 4 very heavy things, so that would be why. Get a nice screenshot in before we take off. And we're off. Right, so let's just have a quick look at our route advisor. So it's saying we will need to rest before we arrive at our destination, unless we make really good time. I'm only joking, that means that we'd have to speed, and we are just not doing that. Right, going back and forth like this does take quite some time, so luckily I have these buttons enabled as well. Perfect. And we'll miss the light. Not a problem. Go a little bit closer in. Right, so the plan is to safely arrive in our destination, wherever that may be. Well, in this case it's Hanover, Germany, which is very exciting. But yes, we have our first journey with our first and with our, well, I was going to say our very own truck, but I've said that 1,000 times. You already know that it's our very own truck, but it's our very first truck. So you must remember, we have the plans to get a full-on fleet. I should... Hopefully I've given him ample room. Yeah, the gears are a bit touchy. Takes some getting used to. But I just think that it's a lot less heavy than I was expecting. I have a lot more truck here than it seems. Like I said, I've turned it into something of a sleeper truck in a way, so it might not look like all that much, but there is a lot going on. Also, if I do find that sequential gearing gets to be either a real pain or you're not liking it for whatever reason, I will definitely consider making changes to the way I shift, if I shift. Right, might put it back to it's not simple automatic, but real automatic, where you have to press a button and it switches over from drive to neutral and to reverse and park and all that. Because sometimes I do forget to shift up, shift down, and it kind of, I guess that adds to the, you know, the lack of experience that we're meant to convey by doing this in the first place, right? This is literally my 5th day on the job, and at least we do have our own truck. We got very lucky and found a nice, we can even call it used, well, it's not used, it's brand new, but we got a great deal on it, on a classic truck nonetheless. And it's only our 5th day, so it's very exciting. We'll make our way to Berlin. No, Hamburg. Hanover. Right. Nearly had it. Right. So it might be at this point of the series when more of the series itself will be focused on the video aspect versus the audio, meaning I may not talk as much depending on what I'm doing. Who was driving? Are those my... No, someone was, yeah, having some troubles, it would seem. Right. Yes, but I may not be talking quite as much in these videos, depending. If you prefer the ambience of me not talking, by all means please let me know. These videos, I can easily just let them do their thing, not necessarily have any sort of audio on them. Well, definitely the truck audio, but I just mean me talking. If that's something you would prefer, I would love to know. I will take no offense at all. Because sometimes I myself get quite lost in it, where I'm just enjoying it so much that I kind of forget that I am recording. Sometimes. I don't think it's really happened yet, but yes, it's very possible to look at that beautiful landscape. Just make sure we're staying on the road. Nice stack of bales down there. If anything, it might just be, that's a little hedgehog, it might just be intermediate or sporadic speaking that you will hear from me. But I would love to hear your opinion one way or the other. If you want me to stop talking altogether, I can do that. I can also try and fill the void if need be. But truly, I'm just Euro trucking. So we'll have some talking and we'll have some silence. It's alright either way. Could probably knock it up a gear, as we have to knock it right back down. Not that much. Right, so we need to remember we're paying everything ourselves now, which is why having $76 might have put us in a spot of bother. If we don't have to worry about any sort of fees going like tolls and such, we should be alright. I'm a bit nervous for the first toll, because what if it's more than we have? You know, could easily be more than 76 euros. Let's just hope that that's not the case. Oh, GPS is telling me I need to get into this lane. Right. If I find that I'm not able to properly benefit from the sequential gearing, meaning shifting when I choose and all that, then I may switch it off anyways and stick to real automatic. Not the simple one where you have to do nothing. I would like to be able to reverse with the gas pedal, because obviously, right. Sorry, just wondering what his plan was there. But anyways, I do like reversing with the gas pedal, meaning it has to be in reverse for that to be possible. But I don't think that's an issue. I think sequential gearing is a lot of fun. In this particular case, though, I think it might be better off using real automatic. But we shall see. We shall see. I'd love your opinions as well. Just as a note, is that sometimes, and this goes for all my series that I currently have or will have, I tend to record a lot of my episodes in advance, meaning that, you know, if I ask for a comment or ask a question and you want to comment, the next episode may already be recorded at that point, which is not a problem. I still appreciate your feedback. I can implement it any time. But yes, I wondering why he's going faster than I am. Usually the in-game trucks don't do any sort of speeding, but I'm already up over. Anyways, does not matter. But yes, I do record my episodes in advance, so like I say, any questions or any feedback or anything I will get to, absolutely, and address in a timely manner. I won't forget it or anything. Oh, That was very lucky. I wasn't paying attention there. Just at the last second. And I should probably be in that lane, to be honest, but now there's a car. There's a car in that lane as well. Yes, I definitely should have been in that lane. But we're meant to be doing 80 anyways, so I will just clear out the way. Don't know if he wants to get in front. Like, I do know that I should be on the right-hand side at all times. Actually, I think I have a turn coming up anyways. I just want this bloke out of the way. Blimey. If you're going to turn, mate, do it. Here, I want to stay on the far right. Okay. Right, see, in that situation, I wasn't paying attention to where my gears were, which does add the difficulty to sequential gearing. However, it is in sort a challenge series as well as a survival series. I mean, other than buying our own truck, which we were able to afford quite early on due to a fantastic mod. I reckon, I mean, it is still a mod, it's not like we've cheated for the money. I've also said no loans, we're not taking any loans out to buy anything, so... but I think this is a big step in the right direction for Grumbles Logistics to own our own vehicle. But yes, going back, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that using rather... Oh my god. Okay, well, he crashed into me. That was pretty clear to see, no? There was nobody there 2 seconds ago. And that bloke just came out of nowhere and crashed in. I don't know if anybody even saw that. I'm speeding again. Well, I don't even know if anybody saw that, except for me. Anyways, yes, sequential gearing. Tried to talk about this for 5 minutes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I do like it. This isn't necessarily a challenge. I mean, it is a challenge. I think in the first episode it was like survival trucking challenge, but it's just a mouthful that, so survival trucking is probably fine. Right. So yes, as far as the gearing goes, might put it to real automatic. We'll see. If it does get very tedious, then I'll change it. But like right now, for example, it is fine. Don't even have to worry about it. The time that I tend to forget about it the most is when I am either at a red light and I have not geared down to neutral and I try and take off in like 7th gear. It doesn't work very well. The other time is when I'm either exiting off, well, primarily entering onto an overpass or entering onto a freeway, highway, because what happens sometimes is that I think that's the guy that crashed into me, the blue car, is that I'll forget what gear I'm in altogether, and then or another example is passing through toll booths. That's another time that I sometimes forget about sequential gearing, and it can be quite painstaking. If it was real life, it'd be a bit embarrassing as well to realise that you've forgotten that you're in that you're not in the right gear. Alright, so it's gonna this way. Dortmund, Berlin, Hanover, all in this direction. But we are going to Hanover. Right, see, like this, for example, it's nice. Well, I can't really go that fast anyways, but... That's so good, the sound. I think we passed the train, and then it also went there as well. Oh, that's so good. So much atmosphere and character in this, and I know it's just driving through Europe, but that's the point. Just to enjoy, you know, the sights and sounds and I guess the beauty of you know, driving through Europe. I you know, love to do a big tour around one day. Maybe not in a full-size lorry like this, but right, let's have a look at our... Oh, we're getting sleepy. So yes, we'll rest in about an hour and 30 minutes, and then our delivery... oh, it's so close. If I could rest for like... Or if I could even just push it out, but then yeah, you get tired, you don't want to do that. Even in well, especially in real life, you don't want to be doing that. Pushing yourself to the extent of falling asleep at the wheel, very dangerous. So, we will rest. Actually, I'll have a quick look at the map just to see what's on our way. Oh, it's so close. Very near. Very near. But I believe that this will be our best option, is just up the road. So I will put the nav on, and we'll stop in there. I guess that's not terrible as well for timing, because it is 20 to 6 in the evening, afternoon, so the sun will begin to set shortly, so we will probably be waking up about, so it's about 6 PM, probably about 3, 4 in the morning we'll be awake. The other thing about sequential gearing, and I've tried to have a look at the automatic, and I believe then I'm shifting at much higher RPMs than maybe you're supposed to do. To get, I guess right there would have been perfect, about 1700 it looks like. So this is about 15, I don't know. I don't have any experience with a big lorry, obviously. Speeding. Oops. So we do not need fuel. So we'll pass by here. If we're running in the green, I reckon that's good. That's the point, I believe, of why they have that there. If I'm in that green zone, then I should be all right. See how I can park this up nice. Ooh, yes, beauty. It's about right. So we'll shut it off, put the engine, shut the engine off, put the brake on. Oh yeah, that looks fine. That looks beautiful. Beauty. Alright, let's have a snooze. Resting, resting, resting. Oh, 1. I thought they slept for 9 hours, but... Alright, engine on. Yes, go away. Lights. See how the lights look. Have we got a beacon? No, we haven't. Right on. Got high beams there as well. Fantastic. Everything checks out. So I'll have a look down the way, make sure no one's coming. Oh, take our brake off. No one is coming. So I think I might underestimate the ability of these gears as well. Like if it's in this section and I'm about to gear up again, I don't need to gear down to go faster to gear up again. It just doesn't make sense. You do that when you've only got 5 gears in your vehicle. You know, you've got a small gearbox, you know, that's what you do, I reckon, but... Right, why is that saying that? Ah, right. It must think, yeah, we didn't technically go to the location. Anyways. Right, we're on our way, on the final stretch to Hanover. Right, so... Right. The one thing I do like about the sequential gearing, obviously choosing the gears and when you're in them. In this case, you know, it's nice to be able to gear down as you're approaching towards a hill. Right, you don't want to gear up when you're approaching towards a hill, that's silly. Because you'll just have to gear down anyways to make it up the hill. At least that's from what I've seen. Well, there's like a normal car as well, you know, pedestrian car, whatever you call it. So yeah, it's a bit... Right, so I'm going to give him his space to come in. I had room to merge out. I just don't want it to seem, you know, unrealistic that I would go around that guy. I mean, if I'm keeping my momentum and there's nobody approaching on the left, right, why wouldn't I continue and carry on with my momentum? It wouldn't make sense to stop and wait for him to get his bearings, right? Maybe that's just situational then, based on, yeah, if there's vehicles coming or not, really. If there is, don't go. Don't turn into traffic when there's cars coming. Pretty standard rule across the driving board. Not just massive lorries, but... Yeah, if we were doing like 90 or 100 kilometers, you know, speeding, we probably could have made it before we needed a rest, but it's not all that bad. We are rested and we will deliver this load and then see where the trip takes us next. Trying to really think of where in Europe I have not gone in ETS2. I suppose a lot of the Pro Mod areas, not so much. Some of the newer DLCs as well. Eventually pop down into, you know, Spain, Portugal. Right, so we're on the very last leg of our journey. I just don't know if this lane ends. I believe it does. Yes, it does. Right, I'll probably just roll it into I keep thinking Berlin. But no, Hanover, yes. We're in Hanover. The speed will probably drop down to 50. That's still 70. Aha. Knew it would drop us down eventually. it seems as though we've arrived at our destination. Oh. Nearly. I thought I would be turning before then. No matter. Right, so we will get in here and get ourselves all parked up. And then yeah, we'll have officially completed our very first job with our own truck. Oh, you having a laugh? That's mental. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this. I just didn't expect it. I should be able to get in here alright. Where do you need it? Oh my. Right. And we're in. Okay. Yeah, there should be no problem at all. Just need to turn around. Uh-oh, have I got myself into a pickle? Not sure there was enough room to. Right. I'm pretty certain I gave myself enough room. That actually worked out quite nicely. Alright. Engine, lights, brake, decouple. Pressure tank delivered from Luxembourg to Hanover. Excellent. Look at us go. We're at level 5 now. Oh, sorry, level 4. On our way to level 5. So we've earned another 13,204. And, right, so we are, so far we're pretty focused on high value. But I will look to some of the other stuff as well. What have we got? What is that? Flammable solids, right. Toxic and infectious. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the corrosive stuff as well. Excellent. Well, that has been quite the journey, I will admit. However, that does end today's episode of Survival Trucking. So I do appreciate you joining and watching the first journey in our new truck, our MAN F2000 series. Very exciting. Right, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care. We'll see you next time, and bye for now.